Welcome to the Adult Teaching and Learning Module Introduction for the occupational therapy faculty who will be participating in this online learning module in the next couple of weeks. So during our time today, we will I will be giving you a general overview of what we are going to focus on during our module. We're going to look at the Google Classroom link. And there's two main parts in that Google Classroom, the getting started and also the learning topics. So I'll show you how to access those. And then I will be giving you specific instructions for the icebreaker that I'm asking you to complete about a week before our module date. So you will receive this short 3-slide PowerPoint in an email. And what you do is just click right on this link to access the Google Classroom. The main page will come up for you and you just go right up here to classwork, to click on classwork. And then you will see those two parts that I spoke about, the getting started section as well as the learning topics section. So in the getting started, the information, this is the general information about the online module. Here's the instructor bio. So it's a little bit more about me. If you have any further questions, please let me know. Course policies, participant expectation, as well as instructor expectation. So I am expecting you to be productive, contribute to our discussions, and contribute to our time together. I'm asking you to ask insightful questions related to the module content and make meaningful and relevant connections and application to your own learning process and experiences. And that's where this all really comes together, that you bring your past experiences, you bring your current experiences right to the table so we can discuss further and make decisions accordingly. So what will I do? I will be sure to post relevant articles. In fact, I'm going to email you, along with this PowerPoint, some articles for you to start to review in preparation for the module. I will be available to answer any questions prior to the module as well as during and after. I will follow up with participants through email to just give an overview and a summary of what happened during the module. Did we meet the objectives? What were our conclusions? And I will also send a poll to determine the necessity for a next meeting date to implement any strategies that were discussed. Netiquette guidelines, I won't read through every one of these, but I do want to draw your attention to one right here. Stay on topic and make clear and brief points. We don't have a very long time together. We have about 60 to 90 minutes together, and I want to make sure during this time that we stay focused so we're able to meet the objectives. Technical requirements, here they are. We all have our work computers. I'm assuming that we will be able to access and do everything we need to do for this module using those work computers. But if you have any other questions or you can certainly ask me, but it would probably be best if you called technical support, our help desk, for answers. So here I placed a video as well as an article talking about adult learning or adult teaching and learning. So this gives you an introduction to the adult learning theory and understanding adult learning, which will be very helpful for you to take a look at before you come to the module, actually before you even answer or complete the icebreaker discussion. So you have a better understanding of why we're doing what we're doing, right? And here's the icebreaker. I'm going to come back to that after we talk about the learning topics. So learning topics, 3 questions and a discussion prompt. So what is case-based learning? This is really what our time is going to be focused on. So we need to have a definition of this. So we're going to come up with one to make sure we're all on the same page. What constitutes critical thinking skills? We're going to be discussing how case-based learning elicits critical thinking skills. So we need to have an understanding of what that is as well in relation to occupational therapy education. We're going to look at our OT program curriculum and what courses would be appropriate for implementing case-based learning. And then we're going to talk about those courses, specifically 3 of them, but we also want to be able to determine should the same instructor teach those 3 courses, or would it be advantageous to have different instructors teach those courses. So here are the 2 main objectives. The one is surrounding case-based learning. Analyze a peer review article to identify 3 ways case-based learning addresses critical skill development. And then we will have a learning engagement activity focused on this case-based learning. We will be completing a word cloud, looking at those common areas that we have found through research of the articles that I provided, but also through articles that you may have found as well. Our second and last objective, we will evaluate the OT curriculum to determine 3 courses appropriate for implementation of case-based learning to elicit critical thinking skills, and then we'll have further discussion about those courses in our curriculum. So let's jump back up to the icebreaker. You'll find it right here. I'm asking you to complete this a week before our module date. So referring to your past teaching experience, respond to the following. Do you use case studies in your teaching? If so, I would like you to share a scenario in which they were used. And if you do not, would you consider using case studies in your courses in the future? So if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to contact me and ask away. I'm looking forward to our time together.